nanookmetaal, tuk.
Update 157 introduces new features to the car shop heist that has been around for quite a while, so I'm quite surprised that there are new things that being brought into the game. What my impression is that Overkill is trying to make the car shop heist a little bit more approachable to newer players, so that's quite exciting for those who are new to stealth or new to Payday 2. Hopefully they will take the same approach onto the existing heists into the next few updates. Quite excited about that. Let's have a look at the changelog. First statement says, removed investigation patrols after hacking on computer started. So previously where you would start the hack on the computer that would attract guards, now it wouldn't. Second statement says, updated the computers to be affected by ECM. So just like in the Hoxton Revenge heist, where you start the time lock on the vault, and if you drop the ECM while the time lock is active, that would actually freeze it. So same as here, as long as this ECM is active, you won't be able to complete the computer hack. I do have a few concerns about that. I do have a few surprises, so keep watching if you want to see that. It's quite exciting, or skip towards the end somewhere if you're impatient. But I'm gonna move on with the changelog real quick. Added vent up in the up on the second floor of the car shop. I'll show you where that vent is and where it leads, which rooms it connects. Removed specific guard patrol points inside small room computer rooms on the upper floor. A bit of a weird wording there, small room computer rooms. I guess it's a typo, but basically there is a couple of points where the guards stop inside of the car shop computer room upstairs, but now one of those spots has been removed. Added small coffee island to the middle of the kitchen. I'll show you exactly where it is, as well as the event once I've started up the heist. Moved wife and husband having conversations to the back hallway instead of the front second floor display area. That's quite an interesting one, because that couple is quite notorious, because if they get alerted, they're more than likely to alert other people around them and cause a chain reaction, thus ruining your stealth run. Removed one guard position and moved a civ patrol point in back hallway on the second floor. So the back hallway that they are referring to is the area where you sometimes get the room where you can grab the key from, that back part of the car shop upstairs. And last changelog, or related to the car shop, says ending screen no longer waits 2 seconds to trigger. It happens as soon as everyone is in the escape zone. So I'll try and complete the heist today and show you that feature as well. Okay, I've booted up the car shop, and what I want to do, I've got another I've got a changelog on my other screen, and I'll try and go through the changelog one by one and try and point out all the new features that have been introduced in the recent updates. Gotta wait for these people to move around a little bit. Let's go and find the manager first of all. Doesn't look like he's anywhere here. But here's the first thing. It's this bag, of course. No, it's not the bag. It's the air vent. This is where it is. Connects me to the upper area of the car shop. I'm not 100% sure why I exactly need it, but I do like the way it has been introduced. It wasn't just dumped there. There's actually a bit of backstory going on. So this bag here probably was left by the worker. Perhaps he went out for a smoke, or maybe went to the bathroom. But he left some tools here, and he left his bag here. Not only that, there's even a finer detail going on. The chair that used to be here actually got moved backwards, and this is something would have happened in real life. I quite liked the fact that this has been put into the game. Next thing is this married couple. So normally they would be over here, but now they're here, and not only they have been moved, but there's also this water cooler, which again is a little environmental change that helps the heisters quite a bit. So now if I walk out and I see those guys, my initial reaction would be to do something like try and walk back and maybe try and crouch, and this water cooler will give me enough of the time to actually get out of their view if I do crouch on time. So that's pretty smart. This door here, whenever it's open, that basically means that their manager is there. Cannot use that door on account of a civilian sitting there, but that's okay. Brandon Martinez, that's what I gotta find. Brandon Martinez, Brandon. No, oh no. Okay, let's get out of here. Package, let's pick that up. I'll go have a look in the kitchen. One more thing that I've gotta cover, according to the changelog. I mean, all the positioning things, I won't be able to show them to you explicitly, but here is the new addition to the kitchen, a coffee machine, quite a fancy one, quite a large one. Not quite sure why it's here, considering there's another instant coffee machine here, which probably, you know, for most people would be just good enough. I'm not the one to question the way that this particular business decides to spend its money. I'm actually all for worker support, I guess. So yeah, what it will allow you to do, I have to mention that guards do walk into the kitchen, but what it will allow you to do is avoid those guards. They will, guards and civilians will tend to come in here and walk through this part here. So that means you cannot just chill here, you cannot AFK here, you will have to walk around them, but at least it gives you a little bit of space and a little bit of room to get by. I notice it seems like we might have to... I almost made it out, but got seen by that guard. So one more thing, I'm gonna check Brandon Martinez. This is not Brandon Martinez, so Brandon Martinez is downstairs. I ruled out that room out in the front, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go downstairs and try and hack that computer, because I know that Brandon Martinez, well, by the method of elimination, he's not downstairs. I mean, he's not in that room on the side. He is not in the room in the front. That means he has to be downstairs somewhere. And Brandon Martinez. Here you go. Now, here's another changelog that has been introduced into the game, or another change that has been introduced into the game. When I drop the ECM, as you can see, the hack has been frozen. Just like the time lock freezing in the Hoax and Revenge rather, as I said. And that means that, yes, I cannot ECM rush this heist anymore. Quite annoying. What I have to do instead, I'll have to either restart at this point or try and take the situation under control. Whatever civilians or guards are alerted, I'll have to try and take them out, suppress them, respond to the pagers. But since none of that actually has happened yet, I am free to basically leave that computer there on its own. Why? Because, well, guards are not going to come and investigate the computer explicitly, so unless I'm really unlucky, I was gonna say unhappy, but that's probably something for a different story, but unless I'm unlucky, then nothing should really spot the computer over here, so I'm just basically wasting some time, and I could, in fact, at this point, I don't really want to complete the heist now. You know why? Because I have, as I said, a surprise for you where I will complete the heist, and I'll look at the last thing, the fact that when you walk out of this zone, you will be able to escape immediately, you don't have to wait anymore. But I do want to show you just one more thing before I go to that surprise. Alright, so I've restarted the game, set up the whole thing, got to the point where I need to hack the correct computer, and now say I need to ECM rush at this point. Maybe a guard saw me or too many guards are alerted. I'm trying to ECM rush, and what happens? The computer is... I cannot interact with it, the outline is gone. Basically, cannot do anything until the ECM is not active anymore. Quite sneaky. So initially I thought that, well, you know, what if I try and drop the ECM and then start the hack? Will that do anything? Unfortunately, Overkill is a bit smarter, and they put in a protection, I guess, of sorts against smartasses like myself. So now once the ECM is over, I can actually start the hack. Once I drop the other ECM, again, the hack is offline for as long as that second ECM is active. But I did not give up there. So I restarted the the car shop heist. I am recording my voice right now after the recording of the footage was done. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to try and ECM rush this heist, at least partially, but you might say, hey Nanook, didn't you just say that if you try an ECM rush that's not gonna work? Well, there is a bit of a inconsistency with the ECMs disabling the computers, as you can see right now, and as you can maybe see if I shut up for a second. I don't know, it might be too far away, but you might be able to make out that there is an ECM active, and I've in fact activated the second one right now, but the computer was still available for me to hack. So even though the changelog states that the ECMs are meant to block the computers, they did not. And I got lucky with the spawns, I got lucky with fairly lucky with the computer. I managed to find it reasonably quickly and started the hack on it, considering that it only takes 60 seconds now, even though I'm doing this on one down. Because those 30 seconds have been shaved off, that should give me enough time to actually place the C4 and hopefully drive to my escape. Right now the computer is still being hacked, so I still cannot escape, but I did go, I think it was downstairs, yeah, I did go downstairs and started waiting for the door to unlock. A little bit of mistiming here. I ideally wanted to have the door open up just as I got to them, but that would mean that I would have to start the hack a few seconds earlier, but that's okay. I got the red car. Red of course goes faster than any other colored car, and so I went for it. Now I just have to, I had at that point to make sure that I do drive without crashing, because otherwise even a single crash probably at this point would have jeopardized my run. But the exciting thing, as you probably saw in the thumbnail, and no clickbaits, in fact, indeed, I did end up breaking the world record for this heist. So the current record, this time I'll put it up on the screen, I believe it's 3 minutes and 17 seconds or 18 seconds, I probably should have had it in front of me right now. And I managed to complete this heist in 2 minutes and 59 seconds, so I definitely did it faster than not only the solo but also the co-op, but that's just semantics. I mostly really cared about the solo run. Quite exciting. This is the first time that I actually managed to do something like that. It's a great achievement for me personally. I like, that was my dream come true. Anyways, these are all the new things that have been introduced into the car shop heist with the recent update. Give it a go, especially if you're a new player. Highly recommend you to give it a try if you aren't comfortable with the car shop, or if you're not comfortable with stealth in general. These changes will make it a little bit more approachable. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to share it with your friends, because good people need to watch good videos. Thank you for watching, and remember, if it's worth doing it quietly. I will see you later. Bye bye.